Hi guys, welcome to Diane Crafty Corner. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Sunday Chit Chat. We're going to have a Sunday Chit Chat at the table today because I want to show you how to make one of those card boxes without a die. Or you could get fancy and use a scallop die to make it fancy. But I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to give you the measurements. This is the easiest way that I found to do it. Super easy, super fast, actually probably even much faster than getting out those dies to do it. So without further ado, let's get started. Happy Sunday, guys. Alright, so we're going to be starting with a piece of 8.5 by 11 standard cardstock. I'm using the 110-pound cardstock because I've done it with the 80-pound cardstock and it was just too flimsy for my taste. I really like the 110-pound cardstock. And let me show you what it's going to look like when you're all done. So it's going to look like a, it's going to fit into a standard envelope. This is a standard A2 size card, just shy of actually. So it's the perfect size, right? But when you open it up, ta-da! Look at the goodness. So when I was making mine, I made a fall themed card because my hubby and I just planned our fall vacation getaway to the mountains. So super excited about that, and I thought I would make us a little card. So that's how mine turned out. So can you see that? Super cute. I know the lighting, guys, I know. What do you think? Super cute, right? I wanted it to be bright but yet fall. So the paper pad I used was Doodlebug's flea market. Yeah, this is the flea market. Super cute. Alright, so now let me show you how you're going to do it. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut 2 pieces of paper, which are going to be for your actual box, because we're going to put it together just like that die does in 2 pieces. So you're going to need 2 pieces of paper. They're going to be cut at 6 inches by 4 inches, okay? So actually we're going to go this way. I'm just going to go up to the 4. I'm going to try to do this from this up. I normally work at the bottom. I'm going to work at the top so you guys can see, but you guys know my eyesight's not so great. But let's just go to 6 inches, Diane. Let's be smart about this. All right, so we're going to go to 6 inches. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. And then we're going to need 2 that are 4 inches. I try to make sure that they're pretty much exactly 4 inches. All right. Alright, so that's our first 2. Alright, then the next thing we're going to need for the inside, I'm using just 2 little things. You can make as many as you want, but you would need to adjust where you're putting them. I'm going to just do 2 for this video, and those need to be about 1 inch. You can go a little bit, I think 1 inch maybe even is a little bit too wide, so you could probably go with even a 1/2 inch if you don't have a lot, but you're going to need it to be, for this size card, you're going to need it to be 5 inches long by about 1 inch, okay? So we're just going to make sure that this card should be 5 inches, and it is. And we're going to go ahead and cut 2 of them at 1 inch. Moving my glue out of the way. So we're going to need 2 of these at 1 inch because I'm going to be doing 2. Okay, and then you need to score it. So this is going to give us everything we need for just the box, not our little inside pieces right here, but just the box and the little pieces for the middle. All right, so now let's do some scoring on these 2 little pieces. We're going to score these at 3/4 of an inch on each side. We can do it right here, actually. I was going to bring out the scoreboard, but we can do it right here. It's just a little harder for me to see. And then instead of trying to do it in reverse, just turn it over and do it that way, guys. Much easier, right? And go ahead and do your other piece. thought about switching the camera angle. All right, so now going back to our box pieces. So these two pieces are done. All we're going to do is we're just going to give them a little smoosh down, making sure that they're level, because that one did not seem to score exactly level. And that's all we're going to do with those. We're just going to smoosh them down, and we're going to come back to them when we're ready. All right, so those are the two pieces that are going to sit inside of our box, okay, to hold all of our decorations. Now these two pieces, we're going to first score it at 2 inches. So we're going to score it in, this is portrait. Is that right? Yeah, this is portrait. This is landscape. So we're going to be scoring it at 2 inches in the landscape, going landscape. Right at 2 inches. Okay. Which is basically scoring it in half. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do some scoring on this side. So the first score we're going to do is going to be on the left-hand side, and that is going to be at 2, let me think, 2, yeah, at 2 inches as well. And then 5.5. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing over here and do it at 2 inches. So this 2-inch mark is going to be our sides of the box. This other piece right here, 5.5, is going to be, this is going to be the middle of our box, and this is going to be our little tab that we're going to be gluing. Okay, so now we need to put some cuts in here. So what we're going to do is on those score lines, which you probably won't be able to see. Do you see them? Oh yeah, you can see those. We're going to be cutting down to the 2-inch mark. You can do that with a pair of scissors. You can do it with your scoreboard. You can do it, with your cutter, however you want to do it. So we're just going to cut down on that. Let's go all the way up here so I don't make I just can't see from up there. That's the problem. All right, and then if you're using one of these, if you guys don't know, this is your middle. This is the line you're looking for. So we're going to cut down to that score line, which is right there. And then we're going to go, which I got a little bit off. That's okay though. It's not going to make a big difference. And then here we're going to do the same thing, just to there. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other piece. Got buzzers going off here. I can't see that one at all. All right, we're going to hope for the best. Right there. Off. Man. Okay, I think we can make it work though. Okay. All right, so now that we've got that, we're going to take our pair of scissors and we're just going to slice up here. Make a little tab. And we're going to slice right there, make a little tab, just like that. And then we're going to just start scoring. So we're done with this for right now until we come back to our other little pieces of paper. So we're just going to do really good scores here because we want this to bend. And let's just make sure everything's even at the same time. We want everything to bend and fold and be the way we need it. And because I'm using 110-pound cardstock, that's a little, you just want to make sure that everything is going to move around and break the fibers up a little bit in both directions. Okay, and then go back and do your other side. I think that'll be good. And we'll go this way. Right, now my paper trimmer needs a little blade change again, so we got little fuzzies, but that's okay. All right, so now this little tab is going to have to be attached to your box. right? So it's going to go here, just like that. And then we're going to go around to the other side. So how are we going to do that? I think you should be using a very strong tape for this. So I'm using my little score tape for that. Not that piece though, because that's got smudge on it. I don't know where it came from. Lord knows on this desk, right guys? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that right there. And I'm just going to tear it off. And then the little piece that's just hanging off a little bit, I'm just going to fold it over on itself like that. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here on the edge as well. And we're going to take our box and we're going to line it up. Just like that. And then we're going to take our bone folder and we're just going to press it down. Okay, and now, well, it doesn't really matter. I'm using the outside of the box, but that doesn't matter. All right, so now this one is the one that's going to go inside here. So we're going to go ahead and put our tape on this one. And I'm going to get just a little piece for right up there as well. And we'll peel that off. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right on the edge and right there. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold that together after I stuck my finger in the glue. And again, we're just going to line it up. Make sure you guys can see me. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing. Okay. All right, so now we've got our box, right? So now these are the edges right here that we are going to be decorating, and then this is the top of our box right there, right? So that's how that's going to look. So as you can see, it looks really good right now, right? Just the way it is. But now we've got to put our little pieces inside. Now we've already cut these out, and all we're going to do is we're going to stick one to the back right there. I'm just going to use glue for this. I need to move that pen before I end up stepping on it. Okay, we're going to put a little bit of glue right here. You could use your score tape for this as well. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. I found that it's heavy enough for this. And we're just going to go ahead, kind of hold that one in, and we're going to stick this one right on the top, right at the edge, and towards the back. And then we're going to come in, and we're going to do the same thing here, towards the edge and the top. And once you're happy, you're going to press it down, and then I turn it over and I give it a little smudge with the bone folder. There's our first one, and then we're going to do our second one. And then to do the second one, I just line them up with this one. Now I've seen a ton of tutorials on this, guys, on this particular of lining these up right here, and I found that if you're just going to use two, this is the easiest way to line them up. It's just to have them butt up to each other. If you're going to use three, you need to use a different measurement for that, but I found that two is usually plenty for all I'm doing. I don't need more than that. All right, there you go. Pretty cool, huh? So now we need to decorate it. Now you have a couple of choices here. We're going to leave this one plain, but if you wanted to put a scallop edge on it, like the fancy dies that already have the scallop edges on them, all you need to do is use one of your scallop dies. You're going to leave this box the same size, but when it's all the way open, you're going to run those two pieces through your die cut machine with this right on the edge. That's all you're going to do, and that's going to give you a little scallop die, a little scalloped edge, right? If you take it up a little higher, it'll show more of the bottom piece, so that's really up to you. But then you're going to have your measurements to take your measurements over to do this. So these right here, the tabs that you're going to need to make, they're 3.5 by 2 inches. So what I do is I just take 1/4 of an inch off of that because I'm going to want a little border showing, or I'm going to want to put a back border on there or whatever. So now let's just go ahead and grab some paper and do that. Okay, so I found the paper I'm going to be using. I actually have a couple of scraps here of this honeycomb paper, so I think I can use that. Yeah, I can. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave a little white piece all around the edge. So this is going to be our mask paper that's going to go on the top. This piece is going to go here. We're going to put a piece on either side here, and then the blue is going to go back in the back. All right, so I need, let's move those scraps out of the way before I get confused. I need a piece that is 2 inches, but we're going to back it off just one line. So if you're looking at your trimmer, right, it's the smallest line that's next to it. I believe that is 1/16 of an inch. So we're just going to take it to right there. And we're going to go ahead and cut that. Wow, that barely made that one, huh? And then this was 3.5 inches long, right? So we needed it to be 3.5. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to back it to that first little line right there. And we're going to go ahead and cut that out as well. All right, let's see how we did. Too big, too big, too big, too big. What did I do wrong? Let's see. It is 3.5, so what did I do wrong? Oh, I took it to the 4, that's what I did wrong. There's 3.5 right there. So there's 3.5. We're going to go right to the line. I told you guys I can't see. All right, there we go. All right. And now we've got this little tiny piece of paper right here that's going to mat and leave us just a little bit of a white border all the way around. Super cute, right? Okay, so now we need 2 for this side. We can go ahead and glue this on too. Actually, I don't want to glue it on yet because I want to, do I want to mess up the edges a little bit? Nah, I don't think I will for this one. All right, let's just go ahead and stick this on. We didn't get quite as much border as I wanted on this one. Not quite sure why, but that's okay because that's all part of it, right? We did get it on the top though and the bottom, just not the side. But remember, one of these sides I didn't get exactly even. I think this was the one. Okay, so isn't that cute? All right, so now for this side here, it's going to be 2 inches by 2 inches. So let's see what we got. That definitely is 2 inches. That is not. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. We may be in trouble here. All right, that definitely works. So let's take this piece and let's do it at 2 inches. Just a little bit shy of 2 inches, really. Perfect. All right, let's put that one on. That looks good. Okay. All right, and then this one, what am I going to do about this one? That's the problem with using, actually, I think we can. Look at that. Let's look at this piece over here that we still had in the scrapbook. Oh, they're the exact same size, but you might as well use this one and save the bigger piece. Okay, so let's do this one. 2 inches. Maybe just a little shy of 2 inches. No, I don't really think so, because I think we'll go right there. You can always shorten it up, right? Yeah, we're gonna go right there since our mats aren't really matching up. Okay, let's put this one on. All right, now we have our little honeycomb done. And then I'll probably use a couple of pieces of this on here to also make it look like the bees are inside the honeycomb, you know? So I'll cut 2 of these out at 1 inch each and stick them right on there so it looks like the bees will be in there. That'll be cute. All right, so now we need to put one on our back. And this I really do want a white border around, so I'm really gonna try to make it happen this time. We're gonna go right there. And I don't need this whole piece of paper and I don't want to waste it, so I'm just going to take it down to the 2-inch mark, which is right here. We're going to go there to there. I'm going to go right here. All right. All right, I definitely got my white border, but I'm going to have to make it a little smaller on the top. All right, perfect. And try to keep it all lined up right at the 2-inch. Right there. All right, let's see how we did. Perfect. See, got the little border all the way around it. That's super cute. Now we could have backed that with a black border too, but now, so as you guys have noticed, I had a really hard time with some of these measurements. It's not because the measurements are hard, they're not. This box is definitely 3.5 by 2 right here, but I have to keep this back here, which is arm's distance away for the camera, for you to see me, and I can't see any of that. None of that. I can't see none of that. So that's why we were having a problem. If I could have used the bottom part where it was next to me, I could have seen it no problem, and this would have been a lot smoother. But it's very, very, I mean, the measurements are very, very easy, and I will have them written down below in case I lost you. All right, so that's how that's going to look. Isn't that super cute? And then, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and put some paper on here that's going to look just like the beehive as well, so that that will look like a beehive on the inside. And then I'm going to put some bees on there, and I will show you a picture of that in the next video because I'm going to finish that up this evening. So that's how you do that, guys. Super easy. And when you fold it up, there's your A2 size card right there. Right? Super fun, super easy. And like I said, when you've got your paper out already, so this one I'm going to be making into a bee. This one I made into a fall theme. And you can see all of these have the mats around them perfectly because I was able to see the measurements on the board here. So if you follow the measurements, you're going to get it perfect. You'll get it perfect every single time, I promise you. And I will leave the measurements below. And if you want to put a little scallop around it so it looks like the other boxes that you're seeing out there, if you happen to have a little scallop die like this, and a lot of companies make them, you can find them everywhere. You're just going to use this on the bottom, you know, on the top of your boxes when they're not put together yet, before you've cut them out, you know, before you've done your scoring on it, and you'll have a cute little box top like that. So I'm going to use this one as well. I'm going to team it up with some heavier duty parts down here to make it a little more sturdy, but I think it's super cute. So there you go, guys. I'll leave the measurements below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you had a great Sunday. I hope you got to do something you really love to do with someone you really enjoy being with, and I hope you had the best time possible. I also hope you shared a little kindness along the way, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!